How did you get the name Lepacious Bose?
In my mind, I'm slim. Although I may be fat physically, but in my mind, I'm slim. And so that's how I started calling myself Lepa. So when it was time to get a stage name, and you know, it was just obvious that I needed to have a stage name, I just, it was just normal to come up with Lepacious Bose.
How can you compare Nigerian comedy to American comedy?
You are talking like an observer looking from outside in. Number one, when was the last time Eddie Murphy had a stand-up comedy show? He hasn't had one for the past 15 years. That's the difference between America and Nigeria. Whoopi Goldberg is one of the most celebrated comedians in America. She has only ever had 2 shows in her entire life. Bill Cosby is the father of American comedy. He has only ever had 2 or 3 shows. They are different from us. They don't just wake up morning and say they want to have a show. They are not even the ones that organize their shows. There is always a production company that will come together. Half of their jokes are not their own jokes. They have joke writers, people who write the jokes for them. Their own is to create the delivery, how they want to deliver what they are going to say, and the capacity to make it spontaneous. That is what makes them stand-up comedians. Unlike Nigeria, you are the one that creates your joke. You are the one that rent the hall. You are the one that make the posters. You are the one that go around looking for sponsorship. You are still the one that is going to perform on the stage. You are under extra pressure. So you cannot compare us to them. That's number one. Number two, they also, once you become a stand-up comedian, you are known and you are doing well. Before you know it, a TV program has come, a TV company has come to look for you, and they want to create a sitcom around you. That's why you find out that the average comedian in America, they are actors, they are comedians. They are not just stand-up comedians. Very few people are stand-up comedians. Almost all of them, Jamie Foxx, Jim Carrey, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, all of them are actors. All of them. It's very rare before you see somebody that is just a stand-up comedian in America that has achieved what they have achieved. Most of the time is the same thing in America. Those that are pure stand-up comedians are not as popular as those who are stand-up comedians and actors. I can call like 5 names for you right now that are stand-up comedians that are doing fantastically well in America, and you will not know their name.
The Nigerian music industry has different associations. Does Nigerian comedy have an association? It's
not like we don't have an association. It's not like we don't have a body. But those things that always come with foundation, pioneer, when you are starting something new, those pressures that always come, he's my person, he's from my state, I cannot have an event without putting his name on it. We were friends when we first of all started comedy. Because he's making it more than me now, he doesn't want to associate with me again. Okay, Ali Baba said that all of us must come for meeting, then that one did not come, then me I should come and come. Is he bigger than me? So we are still having those issues, and for as long as we are having those issues, we cannot move forward. And so if we are not careful, I see a situation where they will say we are launching a new product, and the name of the product is Nestle strawberry flavor, and we need an MC to anchor it. Let's call the Lepacious Bose. And somebody says, why do we need a comedian to anchor it? No, let's call Funke Akindele. We are gradually getting to that point where actors and actresses are beginning to take the jobs we should take, because we are not focused and we are not speaking as one voice. We have not gotten to the point where you are like, any comedian in the range of the Lepacious Bose charges 500,000. You already know that before you call. It's not a matter of the Lepacious Bose now. It's a matter of the Lepacious Bose deliver when she gets there. I am the Lepacious Bose. I get to an event, I perform 2 jokes, and people say, it was very nice, but she was not so funny. Funke Akindele comes and she does not perform any comedy, but because she's Funke Akindele, because she's somebody you see on TV, you are fulfilled because you have seen a celebrity on your stage. And that's where we are getting to. So it's a dangerous, we are treading on a dangerous path.
How can you compare Nollywood and Nigerian comedy?
When you look at it, when did Nollywood start evolving? When did Nollywood start evolving? When did they start making money? As it is, I dare tell you that Nollywood is not making money. Now packaging, they make all these things look as if we are making money.
Comedic films are taking over, but why aren't comedians involved in those movies?
Funnily enough, I watch a lot of these comedy movies, and I can't even laugh. They are not funny. They are not funny because the script is funny, but the people delivering it do not have the capacity to deliver it as funny. But you see, the Nigerian audience does not know what is right from what is wrong. They know what you give them. They know what you give them. If I stand on screen now and start acting like I'm crying, and I'm doing, the Nigerian audience will receive it like that. The next thing, Lepacious Bose did one movie, she did it so well. That's all you will hear. That is Nigerian audience for you. They don't know the difference between what you give them. They receive what you give them. So it's until we begin to get to the point where even the Nigerian audience will begin to demand for the value of what they are getting. Then people will go out of their way to give them the best.